Hello everyone. Many people believe that configuring a POS, a point of sales, is something difficult. I'm Robin and today I will show you that it's not. So you will see that in 7 easy steps and in 20 minutes you will be able to configure your own shop. In the end of this presentation I will do a quick demonstration just to show you how easy it is. Let's start with the first step, so regulation and requirements. So it's really important when you will configure and set up your POS to know all the legal requirements in terms of regulation. So for example, in Belgium, for a certain size of company, you need to connect Odoo with a black box. So this black box is a module that you need to install. It's available for the version 14, 15, 16, and it's not ready for the 17 yet, but it will be soon. Another case is for the French market with the VAT anti-fraud certification. This is something that you don't need to do anything, you don't need to install anything, you just need to choose the fiscal position France, and automatically Odoo will install this module. And another case is for the Italian market. For example, the fiscal printer is not available for the moment, but it will be available soon, so no worry for that. But it's important to know that Odoo doesn't fit now with every regulation. Feel free, of course, to check on our documentation if you have any questions about maybe integration with the requirements and regulation that we can have. So let's talk now about products. So let's jump in our database. So for the one who doesn't know Odoo, here it's a database with a lot of icons. Each icon is an application, and of course the value of Odoo, all the applications are integrated together. So we will focus on this presentation on the point of sales. So let's jump on it. Here you will have your dashboard with all your shops. So here there is only one, and we will create some later. Let's jump on the product. As you can see, all my products are already in my POS. But what I will do is, of course, and what I did, I've imported them. So it's really easy to import all your products in CSV file or Excel file. If you need, there is also a template for your import, if you need. So let's create one together. Let's say that I want to sell a green chair. I will add a picture. As you can see, there is the product type set on consumable. That means that you will not track any stock. Of course, it's the basis of our shop. We want to track every stock. So I will just change this in storable product. As you can see, 3 new smart buttons has appeared. That means that now I will be able to know exactly in real time my stock level, so how many products I have on hand, and I can also manage my ordering rules and so on. So let's set a price, let's say 50 €. And it's good. As before in the previous presentation, we will jump in the sales tab to, of course, tick the box available in the POS. It's the basis. If you don't tick this box, your green share and our green share will not appear. Great. So now our products are in our database. Step 3. Let's talk now about payments method and payments terminal. So you can create how many payments methods that you want: cash, bank, customer account, and so on. Of course, you need to link them through journals. You will see in the end when I will talk about accounting, but it's really important to link them to journals. A best practice is to create a unique payments method that you will link with a unique journal. And then let's talk about payments terminal. So when you want to integrate it Odoo with a payments terminal like Workline, you need to connect Odoo with an IoT box. An IoT box is a Raspberry Pi, if some of you know. It requires more advanced configuration, but it's easy to do. I recommend to my customer to start without IoT box because it's easier, of course. So to work with Stripe or ADN. So this it's important to know. Let's see in our database how we can manage it. So I jump on my point of sale application. I will go on configuration, payments method, and we will create a new one. So we can create customer account or also one for Stripe. Let's say bank Stripe. Of course, I need to link it to a journal. So it's a bank journal, and I register, and I save. Great. So I've created a new payments method in my database, but not in my shop. So what we will do now, we'll link the new payments method to our shop. So let's go on the configuration, settings. Here, you can see that there is only one shop. If I click here, there is only one. You will see that after we will manage it. And all the settings that you can see below, it's linked to one specific shop. So now we will scroll down until payments method, and we will add the new one that we just created together. And I save. Great. Perfect. So I will come back on my database, and if I click on point of sales, I will see my shop, and on the three dots I can edit it and link my my shop with an hardware. So for example, my payments terminal. As I told you, there is two ways: with IoT box or without. If you don't need any IoT box, you can just tick this box. It's super easy. You need to enter the API address. So super simple. And if you need an IoT box, you tick the box and you configure everything. Great. So now, step 4. Let's talk about shop configuration. So it's really important to see the three aspects that we see on the screen. So first, the location. Imagine that we sell in US, and I have a shop in Miami, and I have a shop in let's say Boston. So of course, I will have two shops, so 2 points of sales in my database. But I will have more. Why? Because I will also manage the cash drawer and the direct device. So for example, for a printer, an e-printer, this kind of thing, and the cash drawer. So example, if in Miami, we have 2 cash drawers, I will need to create 2 shops. So in the end, we will have 3, and we will see together. So, So what we will do now, we will create new shops. So we'll go to configuration, point of sales, and we'll create new one. So let's say Miami 1, Miami 2, and let's finish with Boston. As you can see, already here, the Odoo proposed me to link my hardware to my new POS. So now, if I come back on my dashboard, I will see all my shops. So really easy, really simple. Step 5, let's talk now about inventory. Super important when you manage your shop. It's to manage your stock. So how do you want to manage it? There is 2 ways. The first one is in real time. That means that if, for example, you have 10 units of stock phone in your stock, and you sell 1, automatically Odoo will update your stock and you will have 1. If you choose at the closing, that means that if you sell one unit now, in your stock you will not have any move. And it's only in the end of when you close the session that your stock will be updated. Of course, there is pro and cons for the real time. The pros, of course, is there is you know your stock level in real time, so super interesting. But sometimes the database can be a bit heavier. So it's you choose what you want, but of course there is also best practice that we can recommend to you to manage this. You need to be in debug mode to click and to select the inventory configuration that you want. And now let's talk about operation types. So this is super important. Imagine that I sell a product. Of course, I want that my stock is updated, but which one? Which warehouses? So we need to manage all the warehouses. Imagine if I sell one product in Boston, I don't want that my stock in Miami change, of course. So let's configure this together. So now I come back on my database, but I will jump on the inventory application. I go to warehouses. I have already one in Miami. Perfect. Let's create another one in Boston, of course. Great. So now I have 2 warehouses, so it's perfect. Let's check my operation types. So when I click here, I can see that I have a POS order as operation type linked to Miami, and I have another one linked to Boston. Perfect. So now we will link the good one to the good shop. Really easy. So I come back on my point of sale application, configuration, settings. So now you can see that I'm configuring the Boston one. So I will scroll down. And now we can see that if I sell something in Boston, it will update the Miami one. And I don't want, of course. So what I will do, I will just set Boston. So now it's perfect. Really easy. Perfect. Step 6. Now let's configure our accounting. So now we will manage our journals. So it's easy. You go to accounting or invoicing if you don't have the accounting application. You go to journals and you can manage all your journals. Let's talk about performance. Imagine that you have a lot of payments method linked to one journals. Imagine if you have a lot of shop during the period like Christmas or the Black Friday when you will sell a lot. Sometimes the DB can be a bit slow because there is all the sessions, all the shop will close at the same, more or less the same time. So a queue can occur, so the DB can be a bit slow. So it's for this that I recommend that I recommend you to have one payments method, unique payments method linked to one unique journals, and you will not have any problem. So this is about accounting. Next one, the last but not least, the cashier. Of course, when you have a shop, often you have some student who works with you, so you don't want to pay a user for your student. It's for this, you don't need anything on Odoo. It's super easy. You need just one user to connect yourself to the database. And then, of course, you will manage the access rights for your different employees. We have a new application, a new functionalities on the new version. It's the authorized employees, and you can manage the cash-in cash-out. Who will manage the cash-in cash-out? You can also manage the security with a PIN code, and you can decide which employee can work for which point of sale. So they are not allowed to see all of them. Let's configure this. So now, first I will go to employee. So I have all my employees. Let's say that Abigail here is a student, and I will manage a code, a PIN code, and I will create a PIN code for her. So I go to RH settings, and I create one. Let's say 111. I could also create a badge, generate a badge. It's super easy on Odoo, but we can do it, and we can print it later. So super easy. Let's say that the PIN code is 111. I will do the same for myself. So Robin. I will create my PIN codes 222. Great. It's super easy. And now what I will do, I will just configure my access in my point of sales. So I click on point of sales on the 3 dots. And now I will tick the box multi-employees per sessions. And then I have the possibility to just give access to my employees. So Abigail, we have the basics rights, so I don't want that she can manage the cash-in, cash-out, but Robin, of course, can manage everything. I save, and it's good. So now imagine that I'm the manager, it's Monday morning, I want to open my session, so I create new session. I can manage my all my cash, of course. Before, I need to select a cashier. Who will open? So it's me, so I put my code, super easy, 222, and I confirm. Then I can manage my cache, so we can put what you want here. And then you open the session. You arrive in this interface and you can directly start selling. What I want to show you now, it's on the top left here. You can see that me, as a manager, I have access to everything. I have access also to the backend of Odoo. Super important if I need to create a quotation or something like this. I can close the session and I can do a cash in, cash out. Perfect. It was the aim. So I will just log. And now imagine that it's Abigail who is coming. So she logging 111. And I confirm. She will see exactly the same thing as me. So she can sell, she can do what she wants, but now she doesn't have the opportunity to do cash in, cash out, come back to the backend of Odoo, or just close the sessions. So super easy to manage your access rights. Up. So what I recommend to you now is just two. So we will do a quick demo to show you now all the configuration that we did was super easy. So we will do now a demo to show you that everything is fine. So I close the sessions. So let's start the demo. I go to new sessions. I start the day. It's Robin, so I put my PIN code 222 or my badge. I can scan my badge, of course. I open the session and I start selling. So what I can do, it's just link this order to a customer. So let's say Beth Evans. And I can start to choose a product. So those one and those one. I go to payments. And here I have the possibility to see all the payments method and also the payments method that we just created together. Super easy. We can also split and mix the payments method. So imagine that I want to pay 50 euro by cash and the rest by bank. I can do it really easily. Odoo proposed me also to create an invoice. If I need, I just need to click and the invoice will be automatically printed in the end. So I validate it. And it's good. If you have EPOS or just a printer, automatically now when you will go to the next order, you will have the receipt will be directly generated. Super easy. And so on. Super simple. Now is the end of the day. What I will do, I will close my session. So of course I will count my money. I have 50 euro in my cash, so it's perfect. I close the session. I have also the possibility to download the daily report. And all the sessions that you will create, you have the possibility to find them directly on the sessions part here. And if I click on this one, is the one that we just closed. And you can see the orders, who was the customer, so it was Beth, and all the turnover that you made today. So as a manager, it's super easy to see everything, all my reportings, and I know everything about my company. So it's perfect. Up. So now was the last step. We did the demo. So as you can see, we can come back here if you want, just to see. So in 7 easy steps, we saw it. It was super easy. In 20 minutes, we configure our shop. So I hope you enjoy it. And now let's start and do the Q&A session, so you can scan, of course, and you can ask all your questions. So you have the... Oh, perfect. Thanks. You can show to Hermine.
Est-ce qu'on m'entend? C'est OK? All good? OK. First of all, thank you, Robin, for this amazing talk and the demonstration. So we're here for the Q&A, so please don't hesitate to just go on the pad and ask your first questions. The first question that I here have is that, does Odoo really create a badge for each employee, or do you have the possibility to choose it manually?
You can do both, so either you will generate a badge via Odoo, or you can actually scan a pre-existing badge that Odoo will recognize for your employees. You can also use the RFID option. That's quite nice. Just with a badge, actually the employees can enter into the POS.
Okay. We don't have a lot of questions. I mean, there is one question still here. Is there a way to make all the POS orders also through manual transfers?
To make the POS order manual transfer. What do you mean exactly? I'm not sure I get the question. Manual transfer, so actually the POS will deliver the products automatically, but what you could do is use a ship later option, but I don't know if that works actually in your case.
There is one more question that I have here. The questions are quite limited here. Is can you tell me more about the physical device integration that you have with the POS?
So if you are talking about the Italian one, so the government actually wants us to send the information to the government directly, so we have to create an integration so it can be done automatically. But I'm not sure if that's what you are talking about, but we can discuss all integrations at the post booth with the PO that can explain more about that.
I think that's it about it for the questions. There are some questions that are not quite complete. I think if you have further more questions, it would be interesting to just have a small Q&A session then with Hermine just afterwards, and then we can tackle all the leads. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.